You're on the Alex Jones Show. Joining me now is one of the most impressive young, hard-charging conservatives in the U.S. Congress, Matt Gaetz of the 1st District of Florida. Matt Gaetz first came to my attention when he was a member of the Florida House. He is a take no prisoners conservative in the Reagan mold, someone whom great things are expected of. And he has emerged as a substantial critic of Attorney General Jeff Sessions, specifically in regard to the foibles of the Clinton Foundation and why there doesn't seem to be any current federal investigation of the violations of both law and IRS regulation going on there. Joining me now, Congressman Matt Gaetz. Matt, welcome to InfoWars.
It's good to be on with you, Roger. It is so frustrating that after a rule of law election that we had to send Donald Trump to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, we still have not seen a thorough, robust investigation of the Clinton Foundation. And here's why that's important. We may have people around the world who purport to be acting on behalf of the United States government where there really wasn't an arm's length transaction. They just got a designation or a contract or some special treatment because they made some donation to the Clinton Foundation. And so let me set the stage for you and for our viewers regarding how this issue came to be in the House Judiciary Committee. Each and every week in the House Judiciary Committee, we've got Democrats lobbing these crazy resolutions about Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Donald Trump, Jared Kushner. And frankly, I was sick and tired of hearing about it while the American people are expecting us to be delivering on our promises. And so I filed an amendment to strip every word of the Democrat resolution and to put into that legislation a demand from the House Judiciary Committee that we get to the bottom of what's going on with the Clinton Foundation. And, is there a situation with Fusion GPS or that made this false dossier on President Trump that we need to know about? The Uranium One deal that you've covered to a great extent on InfoWars remains really something that hasn't been investigated. And so I've been joined by some of my colleagues in the Congress calling for a special counsel to be appointed by Jeff Sessions or his designee to take this matter up and really get to the bottom of whether or not the United States government was sold out by Hillary Clinton.
Matt, what kind of a response have you gotten both from your colleagues in the House and, of course, from the Justice Department?
Well, in the House, I've had a couple dozen people join me in sponsoring a resolution calling for this special counsel. But with 218 Republicans, with more than that, with more than 240 Republicans, it's a shame that we don't have more than about 10% of the conference signing on to do this real investigation. As for Attorney General Sessions, I really wish that there was a stronger response. He has deferred all issues regarding Russia to Mr. Rosenstein, and I just don't get the sense that Rosenstein is really interested in taking up an investigation of Hillary Clinton. He seems to be more interested in looking into Donald Trump, and it would be really disappointing, Roger, if just by losing an election, Hillary Clinton got some sort of de facto immunity deal. That doesn't seem fair to me, and I don't think it seems fair to the American people.
It does seem like she has gotten a pass. Now, obviously, when you talk about the Clinton Foundation or the Clinton scandals, sure, there's a big piece of this that has to do with Russia. We now know that John Podesta and his brother were making millions of dollars from the clique around Putin, that Bill and Hillary were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in speaking fees to give 15-minute speeches in Moscow. In Bill's case, that's a thinly disguised bribe, in my opinion. But there is so much more there, particularly the abuse in the wake of the Haitian earthquake, where literally millions of dollars have disappeared. It boggles the mind that no one at the Trump Justice Department seems to be at all interested in this regard. What
well,
are
I think
the
they're
next
scared,
steps?
Roger. Yeah, Roger, I think that they're scared. I mean, the facts are there. We have evidence that suggests that the Clinton campaign was working in concert with Fusion GPS to proliferate false dossiers about President Trump, both before and after his election, in order to discredit him. That is the only evidence that there is with a Russia connection to this election that is out of the ordinary. I mean, of course, Russia throughout the world engages in efforts to try to manipulate the national discussion and the global discussion of human events and affairs. That's not anything new. What's new is that it looks like there was this Russian firm that may have been connected to the Clinton campaign. Now, you've asked about next steps. I think it's very disappointing that Attorney General Sessions has taken the position that his recusal on the Russia question means that he won't investigate the Clinton Foundation. You mentioned Haiti. There are a number of other circumstances where the Clinton Foundation was essentially a money laundering operation, where they would take donations in exchange for special access, special favors, and special treatment with the State Department. That goes well beyond Russia. So I believe it is entirely within the discretion of Attorney General Sessions to appoint a special counsel, but he has chosen to take a pass on that and to give all the authority to Rosenstein, who no one elected and who, was not someone that certainly I think the president has tremendous confidence in. And so I'm looking forward to a circumstance where we get that special counsel appointed. That really is the next step. We need a special counsel pursuing Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, because otherwise we send the message to the American people that if someone loses an election, whatever their crimes are, whatever violations of the law they were involved in, they're immediately forgiven upon losing an election. And that is not the type of sense that the American people have. We elected Donald Trump because we want to see the rule of law enforced. I see on the screen now, our viewers are able to see this connection to Loretta Lynch. That's another issue that we think deserves an investigation. Why did Loretta Lynch tell James Comey to go and lie to the American people and call the Clinton investigation a matter instead of an investigation? You remember that, Roger? I mean, that was the Attorney General of the United States telling the FBI director to go and lie to the American people. And the fact that as a Judiciary Committee, as a Congress, we have not investigated that, that really gives me a great sense of discomfort.
The Democrats have always been much better than the Republicans when it came to weaponizing the legal system and the judicial system. While we're at it, that special prosecutor you refer to can look into these FISA court declarations that indicate that 30,000 Americans were illegally and unconstitutionally surveilled by the Obama NSA. Yet no one has brought an action against Ms. Rice, Mr. Brennan, Admiral Rogers, and Mr. Clapper, a proven perjurer who lied to the Congress about the fact that he said we had no metadata collection program. This is extraordinarily important stuff, but the Democrats seem to be getting a pass. Matt, if you'll stick with us, I'd like to bring you back in the next segment because there's a couple other issues in the Congress I want to pick your brain about. You're at InfoWars. I'm Roger Stone, sitting in